3:17 p.m. Skies over central Iran. A U.S. stealth drone slices through the upper atmosphere at 25,000 feet, silent, invisible, lethal. But then, something shifts. Down below, antennas swivel. Iranian electronic warfare systems fire up. Suddenly, GPS signals flicker. The drone's navigation starts drifting. Cameras stutter. Data streams go dark. Iran just pulled the trigger on its jamming system. And they thought that was enough to stop an American drone. They were wrong. 300 miles away, a pair of F-22 Raptors and two EA-18G Growlers are already airborne, listening, watching, and waiting. In less than 3 minutes, the sky will light up. You can try to blind a U.S. drone, but when you do, you'd better be ready for what comes next. You're about to witness the future of modern warfare, where battles are fought not with bullets, but with bandwidth. And this is why messing with a U.S. drone strike is a big mistake.
A shadow in the sky. The drone in question isn't just any drone. It's a RQ-170 Sentinel, the same ghost gray aircraft once spotted over Pakistan, rumored to have flown deep reconnaissance missions into denied airspace from North Korea to Iran. Tonight, it's got one job, eyes on target. Its destination, a heavily guarded military facility just outside Natanz, one of Iran's most secretive nuclear sites. Intelligence suggests something new is being moved underground, and Washington wants visuals, without boots on the ground. Flying at high altitude with a radar cross-section smaller than a seagull, the Sentinel isn't detected by radar. But it's not alone. Orbiting 70 miles off the coast is a U.S. Navy Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, feeding satellite relay to the drone in real time. Farther out, a Global Hawk monitors the entire region. But the mission isn't just about taking pictures. Tucked inside the RQ-170's internal bays are two high-res cameras, a full-spectrum infrared sensor, and, according to some reports, an ELINT suite capable of intercepting communications, tracking radar, and mapping electronic signatures. This drone doesn't just see, it listens. It remembers. It hunts. For 47 minutes, the Sentinel glides silently over its surveillance grid. It records vehicle movement, picks up thermal signatures, pinpoints communication hubs. It builds a digital map of the entire compound from 50,000 feet. But at 3:16, that map starts to flicker. A sharp spike in radio frequency, then static, then blackout. Iran's jamming trucks, hidden in civilian industrial zones, just lit up the sky with a wall of electronic noise. It's like trying to scream through a hurricane. The RQ-170 signal stumbles. Its guidance drifts. And for the first time in this operation, America loses contact. Only briefly, because 300 miles away, help is coming. Fast! The first shot was a wall of silence. The RQ-170 Sentinel is still gliding high above Iran. Unseen, unheard, unchallenged. Until now, somewhere near Esfahan, inside what looks like an ordinary utility truck, Iranian electronic warfare officers go live. Their target? The drone they just detected at 50,000 feet. Their weapon? Not a missile, not a gun. Noise. They flood the sky with jamming waves, blanketing GPS frequencies, corrupting comms, hijacking the electromagnetic spectrum. It's not flashy, but it's devastating. Back in Nevada, at Creech Air Force Base, U.S. operators suddenly lose visual. Satellite feed, gone. Command uplink, down. Telemetry, dead flat. For 42 seconds, the drone is flying blind. It's still airborne, but alone. And that's exactly what Iran wanted. But here's the thing. You don't jam the U.S. military without waking the wolf pack. 250 miles away, two EA-18G Growlers are already circling over the Gulf, sweeping the airwaves like sharks in open water. Their sensors pick up the interference. Fast. Within seconds, the ALQ-218 receiver suite locks in. Direction, northeast. Distance, 280 kilometers. Source, active jamming vehicle. Coordinates, sent. And someone's already in position to act. High overhead, a lone F-22 Raptor banks left. Its radar off, its weapons hot. It doesn't speak, it doesn't blink. The jamming truck is still transmitting, until it isn't. In a single flash, an AIM-120D air-to-air missile screams across the sky at Mach 4. No warning, no trail, just impact. 1 second it's a signal emitter, the next a crater. At that moment, halfway around the world, the drone's connection flickers back online. Live video, full control. Mission resumed. Iran thought silence would be enough. They forgot. Silence doesn't last long when America's listening. You tried to jam a drone. It marked you instead. The RQ-170's camera feed stabilizes. Altitude 48,700 feet. Speed 430 knots. Connection restored. But this drone's not just back online. It's angry with a memory. You see, while Iran tried to jam the drone was watching, recording, mapping. The exact location of the jamming truck? Logged. The source of the signal? Tagged. The surrounding vehicles, the facility behind it, the heat signatures nearby, all of it uploaded. Deep inside a nearby operations center, U.S. commanders issue a single order. Engage. Over the Gulf, a U.S. Navy destroyer receives a target package. It doesn't need to ask questions. On board, a Tomahawk Block VI missile is prepped in vertical launch cell 23. GPS coordinates locked. Inertial navigation calibrated. Imagery overlay confirmed. Launch! From beneath the deck, a roar cuts through the sea as the Tomahawk bursts upward, turns east, and races low across the water, skimming just 200 feet above the waves to avoid detection. ETA 5 minutes. Meanwhile, the RQ-170 circles overhead, its high-res optics painting the target zone. It's not just observing, it's laser designating. At 4:04 local time, the Tomahawk rises over a ridge, makes its final correction, and dives. Impact. A fireball blossoms over the Iranian compound. The jamming facility is gone. The backup vehicles? Gone. All that remains is smoke, ash, and silence. But this time, it's American silence. Controlled, intentional, complete. Because in modern warfare, sometimes the deadliest weapon isn't a bomb or bullet. It's a drone that remembers everything you tried to do. And brings friends. They thought it was over. It was just beginning. Dawn breaks over the Iranian desert, where once stood a covert electronic warfare site. There's now a smoldering crater, surrounded by wreckage and blackened earth. But this strike wasn't just about neutralizing a threat. It was about sending a message. The RQ-170 Sentinel does one final pass, slow, deliberate, precise. Its cameras sweep the blast zone, its sensors scan for movement, and its encrypted link uploads every frame to U.S. intelligence in real time. And that's when things get interesting. Amid the debris, analysts notice something strange. Recovered images show components that don't match Iranian signatures. A signal processor board, a compact thermal unit, a serial code with Cyrillic characters. Wait, what? In Langley, Virginia and Ramstein Air Base, Germany, the red flags start flying. These weren't just homemade jammers. The design schematics trace back to Russian export variants. Advanced EW tech, not supposed to be in Iranian hands. And it gets worse. A memory chip recovered from the site shows packet logs, data intercepted from U.S. drones weeks earlier. Iran wasn't just jamming, they were listening. Recording, mapping, which means this wasn't a one-off event. This was a test run. For what? No one knows yet. But one thing becomes crystal clear. Iran didn't act alone. And the next drone that flies over hostile airspace may not just face a jammer. It may be walking into an ambush designed by another nation entirely. The strike was over. The wreckage still smoking. But the real war? The one in the shadows, between satellites, sensors, and secrets, had only just begun. When you jam a drone, it doesn't just fight back, it watches. We started with a drone, a silent shadow slicing through the Iranian sky, a mission that was never meant to be seen. Iran tried to stop it, tried to blind it, confuse it, silence it. But here's the thing about American drones. You don't just need to worry about them finding you. You need to worry about what they bring with them. Of 22 Raptors, Growlers, Tomahawks, and a military machine that doesn't forgive mistakes. It punishes them. And now, U.S. intelligence knows something it didn't know 12 hours ago. Iran is field testing Russian tech, possibly Chinese architecture, in joint facilities with deep coordination. This wasn't about one jamming truck. It was a door, a crack in the wall revealing a much bigger network, a network that's growing, evolving, watching us back. So the next time a U.S. drone crosses into contested airspace, the question won't be, can they see us? The question will be, how many of them are watching, and who are they working for? This wasn't just a failed jamming attempt. It was a warning shot, one that America just answered with steel, fire, and silence. Stay alert, stay ready. And whatever you do, never underestimate a drone that came home angry.